Hey guys, Timonon Vellerom here from forexreviews.info, and welcome to another edition of the weekly Forex Algorithm Review. I hope you're all well, and that you had a great trading week last week. Okay, the first pair I'd like to hold this week in the review is USD, and I'm on the 4-hour chart. Now in USD this week, what I'd like to highlight is two important areas. Last week in price action, US dollar was once again strong, and price broke below the important 118.74 zone area and closed below this important area. So what I'd like to highlight in this week's review is that this is a potential pullback area to the upside on this market. And also wanted to highlight the 117.32 zone area, which is a potential bullish evidence area to the downside on this market, where price action is getting very close to testing right now. So first of all, let me highlight the 117.32 zone area, bearing in mind that this is a counter-trend zone area on this market, people. However, is an area on this market where I'm just looking for bullish evidence in this area. And if I see that right bullish evidence in this area this week, then potentially looking for a move all the way up to the 118.74 zone area to the upside. Now, the 118.74 zone area is a potential pullback area on this market that I'd like to mention on this market this week. Now the market's broken below and closed below this area, and in this case, this is an area to the upside where I'm just looking for bearish evidence in this area. If price action tests this area this week, and if that right side bearish evidence forms in this area, then potentially looking for a move all the way down to the 117.32 zone area to the downside. So overall on USD, highlighting the 117.32 zone area as an area to the downside where I'm just looking for bullish evidence in this area and a potential move to the upside from this important area, and also on the 118.74 zone area as an area to the upside where I'm just looking for bearish evidence and a potential move to the downside from this important area as well. Okay, well that's that market. Okay, next pair I'd like to highlight is GP Swiss, and I'm on the daily chart. Now on GP Swiss this week, we'd like to highlight is where price action is testing right now, which is the 134.56 zone area. This is an area on this market where I'm just looking for bullish evidence in this area. And if I see that right bullish evidence in this area, like I go over in the training, then potentially looking for a move all the way up to this previous recent high and low as a potential management point area to the upside, or potentially looking for a move all the way up to this high area, looking left. And if I zoom out and we look left, you can see that the 134.56 zone area is an area that acted as strong resistance, looking left back here and back here in the past. And also, I'd like to mention that at the moment, this market is in an uptrend, and the 134.56 zone area is a great area on this market in the trend to look for potential continuation to the upside. Okay, well that's that market. Okay, next pair I'd like to highlight is New Zealand Jappy, and I'm on the daily chart. Now on New Zealand Jappy this week, we'd like to highlight is a quick update of this market since the last review that I did of this market last week. Last week in the review, I held the 76.17 zone area as a potential bullish evidence area on this market. And as you can see last week, price action pushed into this zone before the bulls took control, pushing price all the way up to where it's just recently closed. What I'm expecting on this market this week is that price will continue potentially all the way up to the 77.63 zone area, which is a potential bearish evidence area to the upside. So for all those people holding a buy position on this market, what I'd like to highlight is a potential target area to the upside, which is the 77.63 zone area to the upside. And also wanting to highlight that this is not only a potential target area to the upside, but it's also an area to the upside where I'm just looking for bearish evidence in this area. And if I see a right bearish evidence in this area, then potentially looking for a move all the way down to the 76.17 zone area to the downside. So overall on New Zealand Jappy, my update of this market is that this market performed well in price action last week, giving a short-term move to the upside so far from the 76.17 zone area. However, expecting this market will continue this week, potentially all the way up to the 77.63 zone area. So highlighting this as a potential target area to the upside for all those people holding a buy position on this market. However, of course, if the market does pull back and retest the 76.17 zone area, that this is still a great area on this market for all those people who are not in a buy position on this market already to look for a potential bullish opportunity on this market and a potential with the upside, potentially move all the way up to the 77.63 zone area to the upside. Okay, well that's that market. Okay, the next pair I'd like to cover is Euro Jappy, and I'm on the daily chart. Now on Euro Jappy this week, we'd like to mention is two important trading areas. The first area I'd like to mention is the 129.35 zone area. This is an area that was tested just recently in the past, looking left back here, and an area that acted as strong support, looking left back here in the past. This is an area that if price action retests this area this week, or in the near future, that this is an area on this market where I'm just looking for bullish evidence. And if I see a right bullish evidence in this area, then potentially looking for a move all the way up to the 131.77 zone area to the upside. Now the 131.77 zone area is also another area I'd like to mention on this market. And in this case, this is an area to the upside where I'm just looking for bearish evidence in this area. And if it's the right bearish evidence in this area, then potentially looking for a move all the way down to the 129.35 zone area to the downside. So overall on Euro Jappy, on the 129.35 zone area as a potential bullish evidence area on this market, and also on the 131.77 zone area as a potential bearish evidence area on this market. Okay, well that's that market. The next pair I'd like to cover is CAD Swiss, and I'm on the 4-hour chart. Now the zone I'd like to mention on this market this week is the 77.15 zone area. This is an area that acts as strong support, looking left back here on the previous test of this important zone. And it's also an area that acted as strong resistance in the past, looking left back here. This is an area on this market where I'm just looking for bullish evidence in this area. And if I see that right bullish evidence in this area, then potentially looking for a move all the way up to the 78.52 zone area to the upside. So overall on CAD Swiss, holding that on a test of the 77.15 zone area, that this is an area on this market where I'm just looking for bullish evidence and a potential move the upside from this important area. Potentially move all the way up to the 78.52 zone area to the upside. Okay, well that's that market. The next pair I'd like to cover is GP New Zealand, and I'm on the daily chart. Now on GP New Zealand this week, I'd like to mention is the 192.89 zone area. This is an area on this market that acted as strong support on the previous test back here and back here in the recent past. And is an area that if price action retests this area this week or in the near future, that this is an area on this market where I'm just looking for bullish evidence. And if I see a right bullish evidence in this area, like I go over in the training, then potentially looking for a move all the way up to this recent high as a potential management point area to the upside, or potentially looking for a move all the way up to the 197.54 zone area to the upside. So overall on GP New Zealand, on the 192.89 zone area as an area that if price action retests this area this week or in the near future, that this is an area on this market we're just looking for bullish evidence and a potential with the upside from this important area. Okay, well that's that market. Okay, the next market to highlight is silver, and I'm on the daily chart. Now my bias hasn't changed on silver since the last review of this market. And I just want to remind you all that my bias on this market is looking for bullish opportunities on tests of the 1628 zone area. This is an area that has acted as strong support multiple times in the past, looking left. As you can see back here, back here, back here, back here, back here, and back here. And so my bias is that on tests of this zone, that this is a great area on this market to look for bullish evidence and a potential bullish opportunity in this area and a potential move the upside. Potentially move all the way up to this previous high area, looking left, or potentially move all the way up to the 1730 zone area to the upside. So overall on silver, highlighting that on pullbacks and tests of the 1628 zone area, that this is an area on this market where my bias is looking for bullish opportunities in this area and a potential move the upside from this important zone. Okay, well that's that market. Okay, well that's it for me for this week's edition of the review. If you appreciate this video today, please do not forget to click that like button, show your support. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to comment below this video. Also, if you haven't checked out the Forex training at the site, such as the Engulfing Trader, the 5-day training series, or the Counseling training series just yet, where you can find out all about this Forex training by clicking on the links below this video. Okay, well I hope you all have a great trading week and happy trading.